Hi! Within this lecture, we're going to see how we can hook the target on our B framework with using a website attack. So we're going to create a website of our own and we're going to run that script that Beef has given to us in that website. And since we are now in the NAT network in both Windows and Kali Linux, then I can actually run my Apache server and use my own Kali Linux web server as a web hosting. And remember, within the next sections, within the following sections, we're going to do that on outside networks as well. But right now we're going to see how to do that inside of the network. So all I have to do is just use this script source in here that is given to me and take that script and put it in my website in Apache server. So I'm going to write service apache to start. Okay, and remember where our server is located in Kali Linux. We have to find it under var www html. So let me go over that location and let's see what we have in the current directory. So let me open var w html, and over here we have this index.html. We have edited this before. Remember, we had written I hack you in one of the sections. So right now I'm going to edit it one more because I want to run that JavaScript code in my index.html. So I'm going to open this with text editor. You can just open it with leafpad or any other editors. So whatever you see here, you can just delete it, okay? And I'm going to write I hack you in a header form as we have done before. So I'm going to say I hack you, okay? So this should be a regular website in a real life attack so that people won't get suspicious and go back, close it down, okay? But we're going to do a very good example of that in the following sections. So let me run ifconfig and see what my IP is. So my IP is 10.0.2.8. The reason that I'm looking at this is that when I'm going over in my Windows, I can just come over here and I can write 10.0.2.8, okay? And this will open up my web server web page for me. So if I hit enter, as you can see, I can reach that website from my Windows machine. But now if I come over here to Beef browser, I won't see any target hooked up because I didn't run any Beef code. I didn't run any JavaScript code in order to do that. And right now I'm going to do it. So I'm going to come over here to example, okay? I'm going to copy this whole line starting with script and ending with script, this line, okay? So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to come over to my index.html and I'm going to paste it over here. So all I have to change here is that my IP address. So this is now set up to 127.0.0.1, which is my local host. But I want to run this on 10.0.2.8, right? So 10.0.2.8. So this is the IP address of my Kali Linux, not the target. I'm not interested in the IP address of the target. This is the IP address of Kali Linux, and it's running on 3000 port on our Kali Linux. And this will run hook.js. So this is a JavaScript file which will hook the target to our framework so that we can run commands on their browser. So I'm going to save this and close this down. And right now, if I go back to Windows and if I just refresh this, okay, and once I see it opened, then I can go back to my Kali Linux and check if it's hooked or not. Here we go. Now it's refreshed. And let me come over here to my Firefox, and as you can see, we have this 10.0.2.4 hooked up in our online browsers. Now I get to run commands on that browser actually, and this is all it takes to hook up a target. So this is very easy, right? You just send a link and target clicks on that link and they're all hooked up, and we can run various numerous codes on that browser. You're gonna see what we can do in a couple of lectures, don't worry. Right now, I just wanted to show you a way of hooking the target up, and within the next lecture, in fact, we're going to discuss the other ways of hooking the target as well, because this is not necessary. We are just learning how to do this inside of the same network. And if you're on the same network, it actually makes sense to do that with man-in-the-middle attack as well. So you can actually skip the next lecture and watch the rest of the section, but I really suggest you don't do that. So please meet me in the next lecture and watch it to learn how to do this with better cap.